Good evening and welcome to our 8th grade band and percussion ensemble concert. It is such a joy to finally be able to perform for you in person. We open tonight's performance with Knight of the Dark Horse. A dark horse is commonly known as the underdog, someone that isn't meant to win, but ultimately comes from behind and is victorious. I can't help but to see that as a metaphor for this school year and for these 8th graders. We all know the many challenges that have presented themselves to us this last year, but I hope that tonight's performance will prove to us all that the students at Parkview are resilient and determined. I am so very proud of them. Here's Knight of the Dark Horse. Dark Horse back in September, and quarantines and things really started to hit us a lot in October and November, and it just was clear that we needed to push it back to this concert, and I'm so glad we did because they just performed that so phenomenally. That being said, they got pretty good at that pretty soon, and about 2 or 3 weeks ago I said, I think I could give them more music for our March concert. So I handed out Simple Dreams and they're like, I'm sorry, we're playing this in our concert in 3 weeks? Sure. And boy did they step up to the challenge. It is a beautiful lullaby. One of the difficult parts about Simple Dreams is that it is slower and there's a lot of dynamic contrast. And you would think that that would make it easier to play slowly, but actually it's much more taxing for their mouths to be holding out these long notes and making sure that they're staying in tune at softer volumes. So they've really stepped up to the challenge. We hope you enjoy Simple Dreams. to thank some of the individuals that have helped make our first in-person concert a reality. First, I'd like to thank Andy Trudell, the Activities Director at the high school. When I knew that we weren't going to be able to fit in the PAC, our next option was this West Gym, and it was available, and he had no problem letting us take it over. So thank you so much to Andy. Also, thank you to our Parkview administration and our district administration for working with all of the music teachers to help keep music going in Mukwonago. There are so many school districts that are still not performing music in school around the country, and we are so fortunate in Mukwonago that our administrators have worked with our music teachers to find safe plans for us to continue to perform every day in school. We are so very fortunate, so thank you for that. I'd like to thank my friend and colleague, Emma Angeli, the high school band director. She's my right-hand man. She is always willing to help, as you can see, and I don't know what I would do without her, so thank you to Emma. Also, thank you to Rick Shad. He's running our live stream, and he also is our percussion consultant in the district. I'd like to thank all of these awesome high schoolers that came. They moved all this equipment after school. They've been helping us with all of our needs, and it's just really awesome that they're giving freely of their time to help us have a successful performance. Finally, I just want to thank the students. It's been a crazy year so far, and I just love teaching them every day in class. So thank you for supporting them in performing music, and I'm just so thankful to be here tonight and to share that with you. Our next piece is Panthera Pardus, and this will be a percussion ensemble piece. piece tonight is called Thrill Ride, and it depicts the excitement of riding a roller coaster. In the introduction, you'll hear the fear and anticipation of actually stepping onto the roller coaster car. Next to hill, you will hear the car ascending up the first big incline in the percussion section. They're going to go a little crazy. And then all at once, you're over the big first drop and in for the ride. We hope you enjoy this final piece of Thriller. I think I'm just going to do our closing statements right away. When we are finished tonight, I'm going to dismiss students back this way. They will put their cases and get their belongings, and then they will come cycle through that way and meet you in the lobby. And then we just ask that we clear out as soon as possible so we can avoid congregating. I think this kind of circular motion will help us avoid students trying to find a parking lot, which is not exactly the safest. So thank you again for being here this evening. This is Thrill Ride.